Hey guys, Todd with 306 Foxbody. We're working on some control arms for the 86. So back in the day when I used to drag race the car, I had some rear lower control arms from Western Motorsports. They were a straight control arm with a weight jacker to adjust the rear spring perch, and it was great. They worked great. They did what I needed to do. When I was on my street tires, I could lower it back down. When I was on my racing tires, my drag lights with the racing slicks, I could give the clearance I needed. But most importantly, I used to use anti-squat brackets, and that really made the car hook up. It's almost like the old Southside machine lift bar back in the day. And what happened was the control arms I had, they got beat up a little bit. Thought I'd upgrade to something newer. I got some of the nice Maximum Motorsports control arms, those bent ones with the weight jacker. Actually, that's what they look like right there. They're a nice control arm. They're okay for a street car, but I kind of miss the ones I had. So, you know when you bought something, you figured it'd be the right thing for you, and then you maybe made a mistake, and you should have spent another $100, and you would have got what you wanted, or close to it. Well, here's what I bought. These are the straight Maximum Motorsports control arms. But if I want to adjust the rear suspension, I can't. This is stationary. They did a really nice job. They're beautiful control arms, solid bushings, urethane on the front. So you got, sort of the compromise between a race control arm and a street one. So this will absorb a little bit of harshness. This will keep everything where it's supposed to be. But when I put my anti-squat brackets on, Western Motorsports sold these years ago. They work great. They were awesome. And basically, I would have them, if you get the idea, your rear differential would bolt in here, and this would give an extra bit of angle. With your control arm angle and your upper control arm, you'd find out where the instantaneous center is in your car. And basically, when you take off, because of this extra angle, it would help plant the tires into the ground. It's the same principle of the old Southside machine lift bar. So with my angled control arms, the one I have on the car now, with the weight jacker option, it's not enough. With these on there, the back end of the car sits way too low. It just looks wrong. And so I bought these thinking I wouldn't need that option. So what do? I could sell them, probably lose money on them, buy the new ones. But being somebody that likes to build stuff, I looked around. I thought, I gotta find something to help me make this happen. So the Maximum Motorsports control arms have an aluminum weight jacker bolt to adjust the spring perch. They're made by ALLSTAR Performance, part number 56090. So here it is. It's aluminum. It's threaded on the inside. They also have these jack bolt sleeves to match the threads. There's different sizes they have. And of course, this will thread on. So my whole idea is, and God help me, it'll work. I'm going to take this spring perch off. I'm going to cut that beautiful welding. We're going to fill that hole in. We'll have to make a hole for this collar, and then I'll get someone that knows what they're doing to weld it in. We'll put our weight jacker bolt in. This may be too long. We'll carefully cut this. It's actually threaded pretty far into it. And we'll put this back up on top of this. And when I go to the Maximum Motorsports website, just to get the angle that this is supposed to be at, it's probably not real crucial, but you may as well get it to what they have engineered it to be. we'll figure that out. So here I go. I'm gonna cut apart these really nice control arms, but I'll be able to use them. They'll work better for my car, and I'll be able to use my anti-squat brackets. I'll be able to adjust my ride height. And back in the day when I used to drag race the car, when I used to drive it on the street, it hooked up pretty good. And I can't wait to try these out. We got our ET Street R radials and some skinnies. We'll be throwing that on the car. It's been 10 years since I've had the drag lights on the car, so I'm kind of excited for that too. I just love that look. It's that classic Foxbody, I want to go drag racing look. I'm not going out to win any races, I just love the way it looks, and I thought if I got some sticky tires, if I ever want to go to the drag strip, I got something that I could run both on the street and it'll hook up probably decently at the track. Well, let's see if we can actually make this work without wrecking them. Let's see if we can pop this out of here. Yeah, she's coming. Well, the good news is I don't have to make spring perches. We're going to clean that up, and we're going to make a piece that fits in here. Okay, I took my grinder to the spring perch. Just got to touch it up a little bit. Anyways, I made a plate to go in. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I tacked that in place. Now we're gonna go over to the drill press and try and find our happy medium. I'll put a smaller bit in there, but we'll get it so it'll be on a proper angle. Well, we're getting a little closer to the end on these control arms. Here's what we did. I got them pounded in here so they don't move, but I took the collar, I took a second collar and cut it in half because I didn't have any pipe that was this size, and I took my die grinder to the inside of it, so now the bolt will not touch this threaded section. I just wanted something a little bit more to weld on because this one collar isn't long enough, so that'll give some more structure to it. And when this is all the way down, it's not quite touching there. And as you can see, I beveled it out with the die grinder so he could weld in there. This is 3/16, just like the pipe. You know, Maximum Motorsports, they make this with a solid bushing on either end. And I probably should have just bought those ones. They're more money, but look at all the work I'm doing. And then just put in a urethane bushing on one end. I want a urethane bushing on the body side just for a little bit less noise, vibration, harshness. Okay guys, here's the final stages here. I had these welded. He tigged them. I put some lubricant in there. I was just running the jack bolts up and down in there. So I'm going to put this jam nut on the top, so once it's adjusted it'll help lock it in place. And so I'm just going to sandblast this, paint both of them, and then assemble it. Just got to I'm going to paint it with bed liner because that's really durable, and then get ready to put everything on the car. So well, here's the finished product. Check it out, guys. Let me know what you think. So this is the control arm I should have bought to begin with, like the actual Maximum Motorsports, the drag race one with the weight jacker. So this configuration is only on the drag race ones, I believe, and they may not have this for the for your sway bar. So a guy could have got the Thunderbird ones. They're a little longer. Just have to cut them down a bit and reattach this. Actually, it turned out pretty good. It's going It's going to be plenty strong. These are a lot heavier arms than some of the other aftermarket ones that you can buy. So we'll bolt them on the car and see how they look. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for watching. We will catch you in the next video. Cheers.